Hey guys, this is Parth, and in this video, let's talk about smartphone megapixel game and how much the smartphone megapixel are important to us. And let's talk about the first megapixel and understand the term mega and the pixel. And now we are saying 64 megapixel smartphones, 108 megapixel smartphones. Does that really make sense, or it is just a hype thing around? So let's first understand the term mega and the pixel. And here the term mega means 1 million. So let's say if your smartphone has a 12 megapixel of main sensor, then it generally means that it is having a 12 megapixel, 12 million units. So what is the pixel? What the pixel actually means? And if you have an image click with your smartphone, and if you zoom in it with a maximum level, then you will see that there are small tiny dots in the pictures with any image, be it a DSLR kind of image, be it with a smartphone image. Then this teeny dots nothing but the smartphone camera megapixels. It is generally very important, and the higher number of pixels, in the short answer, yes, it does make sense. It will improve the smartphone camera performance, because the main function of the pixels is to gather the light. So if I can compare, let's take an example of a wall. Then if you compare with the image, then let's see the dimension of the wall can be compared with the size of the image size. So the number of pixels in the image can be compared with the number of bricks that you will have in the wall. So as the number of bricks and the size of bricks, or you can say number of pixels or the size of the pixels increases, then the strength of the wall and the quality of the image comparatively will increase, because the main function of the pixels is to gather the light. So I hope you understand now what the actually megapixels means. So smartphone makers now employing the 64 megapixel and the 108 megapixel, and the trick behind this is that pixel binning. It is new word, it is not a very old, this is new word, pixel binning. What does actually pixel binning is that if you, let's say your smartphone has a 2 micron of size of a 1 pixel, right? So what will actually happens is that the smartphone manufacturer will combine the number of pixels to increase the pixel size. So if your smartphone has a 2 megapixel, 2 micron of a 1 pixel, then it will combine the, let's say, 4 pixels of a 2 micron. So it will become a 8 micron of a 1 pixel. So as the pixel size increases, it will actually gather more light, and this essentially helps in the low light scenario where you do not have lot of lights. So to increase the output camera performance and gather as much as light you can, it will employ the pixel binning. And this essentially happens in the every smartphone right now with the 108 megapixel and the 64 megapixel. For example, if your smartphone has a 64 megapixel main sensor, then it will combine the 16 megapixel of a 4 unit. So it will become 16 into 4, the 64 megapixel. And the megapixel count generally very much important in the wide angle lenses and also the telephoto lenses, because what happens in the wide angle lens, let's say you have a 5 megapixel unit. So if you have a 5 megapixel unit, then it will let's say capture this much of the wide length in a picture. But if you have 12 megapixel unit or a 16 megapixel of a wide angle lens, then it will capture more wider area. So it will very useful in terms of that. If you have a 16 megapixel wide angle lens, then it will be much better as compared to the 8 megapixel or a 5 megapixel. Same is the case with the telephoto lens. If you have 12 megapixel, then you will have a better zoom clarity as compared to the digital zoom. It is said to be the optical zoom. So that was the story behind this, and many of you guys wonder that how can the DSLR camera quality is still very much better as compared to the smartphone camera quality? And the answer is here is that the smartphone pixel in the smartphone we have pixels, but the pixel size is limited because in the smartphone we have to occupy a lot of other things, CPU, camera module, speakers as well. So we can't just suddenly increase the size of the pixels in the smartphone of a 10 micron and the 15 micron. Whereas in the DSLRs what happens is it generally only do the work of the capture audio or video. So the pixel size of the DSLR camera is very large, so it will definitely capture more light as compared to the smartphone. But now we are seeing the very close competition between DSLR and the smartphone, but still I would say in the low light scenario DSLR comes ahead in many smartphones, even with the pixel smartphone. Also, if you can compare, our human eyes has a 576 megapixel. If you can compare with the 64 megapixel and the 108 megapixel, so it is essentially megapixel count very much important. But still, after that megapixel count, how you will optimize your smartphone software to have a better image quality, that also very important. For example, we have seen the Google Pixel smartphone with just a 12 megapixel units, but it is still way better than the many other flagships of the iPhones and even the Samsung Note series, because the processor, the ISP, the camera aperture, it is way more important, and the software post processing after clicking the image, how you process the smartphone camera to have a better picture quality, it is also very much important other than the smartphone megapixel counts. So guys, I really hope you understood this what I am said in this video. If you still have any kind of doubts, then do post a comment in the comment section, and as usual, like, share and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in my next video. Till then, goodbye from me. Stay home, stay safe.